Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here. Thanks for joining me. It's Sunday, the 9th of October. Been a busy old day today, been doing a weather school and went very, very well. A group of enthusiastic people. Always great fun to do. But it's been fascinating watching the weather as well through the course of weather school because things are kind of on the change over the next week or so. Let me show you what's going on here. This is, if I get rid of my ugly mug there, this is the precipitation forecast for the next 10 days from the GFS model. This is the forecast from today, so from Sunday through till Monday, and then below it is the precipitation forecast from Monday through till Tuesday. And notice how during the coming week we've got most of the rainfall look across western Scotland, northwest England and Ireland. This is a front that's going to be trailing through these northern parts of the country during the course of the week. Much drier to the south and almost completely dry through central and southern parts of England, but much wetter towards the north. Now, big changes taking place the week after. Look, the focus for the rainfall suddenly becomes southern parts of the country. So the following week, so into the week after next, suddenly this could potentially be a major change around in conditions. And this is the potential for 50 plus millimetres of rain during the course of that week. So we certainly are going to have to keep a careful eye on this, but let's have a look and see how things look on the anomaly chart. These are the where percentage of precipitation of normal is expected to be during the coming week. You can see here much drier than normal look across southern parts of England and Ireland, but and also eastern Scotland's dry as well, but nearer normal conditions for western Scotland and Northern Ireland. But that's this week. As I say, the big changes are coming about during the week after next. So where are we going to go next? Okay, let me show you how things pan out on the 500 millibar flow charts. These are the mean 10-day 7 to 10 day 500 millibar flow charts. This is the ECMWF model and this is the GFS model, and this is the mean flow from next, so 7 days, so from next Sunday through to the following Wednesday. And look what's happening here. Just take a note of what's happening here. Look, you see how the flow here is straight. This is the jet stream where these black lines are close together, the heights are close together. Look, straight across the Atlantic. Now the ECMWF builds the heights here off eastern parts of the states, so we might get a ridge building here in the heights, but that will only tend to, well, strengthen moderately the ridge across the British Isles. GFS has got that ridge there too, and it's got a deeper trough across the north of the British Isles. Look how close together the heights are. So both models going for, in a week's time, this idea of a strong jet stream starting to form across the country, and it looks like it's going to go through northern England and parts of Ireland. Now, what does this mean in terms of weather? Well, what it could mean is that once we get a period of more fine weather out of the way back end of this week, that things really could go very unsettled as we go into the following week. So this is into the week beginning, or where are we? It's going to be the week beginning sort of the 16th, 17th ish. Yeah, so about the 17th. That's where conditions could break down into very windy and very wet conditions. And I'll show you why my confidence is fairly high that that could be the case. Okay, this is the chart from the GFS model for where are we? This is the chart from the GFS model for midnight on Saturday. Now take a look at this first of all. Okay, notice high pressure here over towards the east of the country, high pressure towards the west, look, low pressure off Western Ireland, and a nice southerly flow through the British Isles with a weak front across Scotland and Northern Ireland. Now, I was showing this on Weather School today. Fascinating how this is panning out. This is the GFS ensemble model, and look, lo and behold, high pressure to the east, high pressure to the west, low pressure west of Ireland, weak front through Scotland. So this is for midnight and Saturday as well. Remarkable consistency in the model for a week away. Really is remarkable consistency. Now, just look at this. This is the ECMWF model for midnight next Saturday. High pressure east, high pressure west, low west of Scotland, and there's a front lying through there. So again, this is showing remarkable consistency. And that means that we can then rely on the forecast on the long range models beyond that as well, because confidence is high. So let's go through now the detail then of what the models are actually predicting the weather is going to be like through the course of the next few days. Here we go. So this is from weatheronline.co.uk, and we start off, this is Sunday afternoon. Look, there's our flow, our westerly flow through the country. High pressure to the south, low pressure to the north. Okay, let's knock this on. So this is going into Monday, and notice how we've got a front lying through Northern Ireland, through northern parts of England, but over Scotland we've got a showery westerly flow, dry to the east. Over southern parts of England and Ireland we've got here windy conditions, but it's dry under the influence of this area of high pressure. Okay, on we go through Tuesday. High pressure tilts to the south, look, low pressure to the west, and a weak front just lying through Ireland, northern parts of Wales and northern parts of England. But this high is really built in by then, so I think we're under the influence of pretty fair and very warm conditions. Let's move on. Thursday, there's our high building in. Look, as we go into the weekend, generally dry conditions across the whole of the country, rain out to the west, but watch what happens as that front comes eastwards. It weakens as it moves into the high, but here's the area of low pressure forming. This is now the critical thing, the area of high pressure that's to the west of the country. The high slips away to the east, and notice what happens. The low is forecast to break through next Sunday or Monday. The jet stream is lying through here, suddenly gets a free run at the country, which is what we saw on the 10-day mean forecast charts, which, let me just get those up for you. We're here, look, there it is. There's the jet stream, remember? That's the forecast from next Sunday through to the following Wednesday. Okay, so it's broken through. Now, moving that on, just look what happens. Look at that. That's Tuesday of next week. A big difference. That's a big change taking place. And it looks like that brings some very cold air southwards through the country. Don't believe this nonsense about snow. There might be snow over the tops of the Scottish mountains, but don't believe that rubbish. It's just going to go colder and more unsettled, and with the risk of some heavy rain. Now, I can believe this is the way things are going to be panning out as we get into the week after next. Look, Friday the 21st now, and it looks like low pressure is firmly in control, with much of Europe becoming cold and very unsettled. And that whole pattern to me looks quite believable. So overall, I think that we can probably have some fairly good faith in this idea of the rain becoming heavy across the south of the country during the period from Monday the 17th until Tuesday the 25th of October. But before that, in conditions being generally dry across much of the country apart from Western Scotland, Northern Ireland and the north of Wales and northwest England. And I think that unsettled weather could take us through until the end of October. I was predicting the second half of October to be unsettled. Phew. Of course it may not turn out that way, but at the moment it's looking pretty good. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope that's been useful for you, and keep the sun shining. And as always, give me a feedback and let me know what you think. Okay, thanks for watching. Keep the sun shining.